Alrighty, folks, I hope you're all having a glorious and wonderful day today. Today, I want to talk about next level synchronicities. Now, I'm sure a lot of you that have started working with Moldavite, especially if you're like in that beginner stage or maybe even a little bit, advanced, I have to say that everyone usually notices, for the most part, synchronistic numbers, which is the first level that you see right here on next level synchronicities. Because, guys, I still wish to understand this phenomenon on why or how it is that we start seeing all these numbers, the 111, the 222, the 333s, and honestly there really is no concrete answer because it is a very spiritual and divine thing that happens when we start seeing these numbers. And of course, people have different reasons for why they see those numbers. Different numbers can mean different things for different people. And you have to trust your inner intuition that those numbers are guiding you on your journey and what they represent for you. Now, moving along, guys. So, for the most part, everyone usually starts with seeing the triple numbers or, just a lot of numbers, very, very significant numbers. But moving up the ladder, guys, as you see here, number two is synchronicity with people. Okay. Now, sometimes this could be like maybe you're thinking of someone or someone comes into your mind and all of a sudden they call you or you call them or you bump into someone you haven't seen in so long or you have a conversation with someone that you needed to have for your journey. It's some of these crazy experiences where it's like, oh my gosh, like we met at the right place at the right time. This happened divinely. This is the next step for that super next level synchronistic, those synchronistic events that happen, especially while you're working with Moldavite. But I've also noticed that it happens more, or at least you start moving up these levels once you start doing semen retention. And of course, you got to trust God, you got to keep praying, believe. And ultimately, I'm pretty sure there's going to be other levels after this, but I want to share these so far. So, you start off with the numbers, you start having more divine experiences with people as well. And moving up, you start getting spiritual tools. Okay, now what exactly does that mean? So, if you're like about your purpose, if you're about your journey, if you're about growth, if you're about change, transformation, whatever that may be, guys, you will start to get spiritual tools that will help you. Okay, so like let's say, for example, you're in a season of your life where you need direction, right? You need direction. All of a sudden, you may be doing something, and out of nowhere, you find a book, right? You find a book, and I'm going to put a picture of a book right here, one that I found specifically on my journey by Matthew McConaughey called Green Lights. And it is an extremely helpful book because it talks about things that I needed in my specific journey. And it kind of helped me just navigate through everything I needed to in that season of my life. And not only that, guys, you'll not only get like books, you can also get crystals, right? Maybe you need to work on something within your inner self where you're like, man, I've been dealing with this issue for so long. How can I get over this? How can I move on? How can I, push through this? And all of a sudden, you're cleaning out, maybe you're over at a friend's house and you're helping them clean out, their garage. And all of a sudden you find a crystal that maybe they didn't even know they had, or they don't even know who it belongs to, and they gift it to you. You're like, here, yeah, you could have it. Like, and you use it, right? And then it helps you get through that next barrier in your life, which is amazing, right? And so that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about you get like spiritual tools. Or maybe you'll get like a food that you need, right? Because sometimes when you're going through this journey of change, your diet starts to change and you start eating healthier. You start maybe you're guided to start drinking, cleaner water. Get a filter system that cleans your water out completely, or maybe you're guided to fast, anything like that, guys. And you can also manifest that food into your life where you're just maybe one day you're at the grocery store and you're like, oh my gosh, like something just calls out to you. It falls down from the rack out of nowhere, right? Plops right into your, you know, shopping cart. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is what I needed, right? That synchronistic moment that's helping you and guiding you along your journey is so incredible. And that's like the third level where it's like you're on your path, you're on your journey, And anytime you need something, it's like the universe, God throws at you what you need to help you keep moving, into that next level, to keep moving towards that journey, climbing up this mountain, so to speak, until we eventually graduate, into our next life. And that is a beautiful and divine process. Now, moving on to the level that I've now gotten to is the divine gifts. Okay. Now, as you start to notice all, moving up through these levels, you start to get to something that I like to call divine gifts. Okay. This is like stuff that you get ahead of time, right? Stuff that, you know, that's preparing you for what's coming next. You're literally receiving things, and this could be like money. A lot of it's actually money and things that you need to start getting ready for that next level. Okay, that's like that new synchronistic, synchronistic divine experiences that you can start to experience once you keep working with Moldavite, semen retention, giving your time to God, spending time with the Creator. You will start to notice these incredible experiences where everything is now synchronistic, but now you're moving like ahead of schedule almost. Like you're preparing now before something happens. And so when it does happen, you just kind of glide right through whatever it is that you needed to go through. And like I said, a lot of this has to do with money, okay? Like being on semen retention, working with Moldavite, somehow or another, I keep manifesting, wealth that, God's telling me what to do with it. And that's I'm doing what I need to do with that money. And so it's crazy to see how this works, okay? Like money literally just comes out of nowhere. You're blessed. People just give you random gifts, of money. People you don't even know. You don't even know how they got your address, right? And it just comes to you, okay? Like it is the craziest thing in the world. But you have to get to a point where you've gone through all these levels. You keep building yourself up. You keep trusting God. You keep building up that sexual energy, because sexual energy is one of the strongest sexual energies you can have within your body for manifestation. And not only that, guys, you have to keep your mind clear. You have to keep your mind right. You have to be sober. That's another thing that I've learned. If you want to keep moving up these levels, you have to be sober, because when you're doing, smoking weed or drinking, like that stuff messes with your mind, guys. Whether you realize it or not, it does. Okay. It's harder to focus when your mind is like all over this, everywhere, and you're not keeping your mind disciplined into like a single thought, a single vision, and a single purpose. It's a lot more challenging to do so. And so, with that being said, guys, I'm still actually looking forward to other levels that come up, which I kind of already gotten a vision for of how that actually works. More next level synchronicities, guys, because there's always a next level. There's always something better just around the horizon. And these are the ones that I wanted to share with you right now, because this stuff is phenomenal. So, hopefully, you guys learned something great today. Leave some love in the comments below if you liked what you saw. Maybe you have some questions. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I send you guys lots of love, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. See ya.